Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we have seen how to send the data from child to parent we have sent using the custom events. Now in this video, what we will try to do is how to validate that custom event. Okay. So in the props, we have seen that validation of the props we have seen. In the same scenario like that only. So for custom events also we can do the validation. Now in this video, we will see how we can do the validations for that custom events also. Let's try to see. Before continuing to this video, if you are coming first time to here, please do support me by subscribing to my channel so that I'll be posting more and more front-end development courses. Okay, now in this video, let's try to see how we can do the validation for the custom event. For example, see here in the single post.view. This is a single post.view, right? Here for this title changed thing, okay, for this title changed thing, we will be sending that post data. Okay, the post data, what it will happen, what it will contain, it will contain id, title and description. So if it contains id, title and description only, then it will become the post data. If it contains something other than that, these things means it is not a post data, right? So for example, if I try to send here only id, okay, only id 1, it is not a post data. Or otherwise, if I try to send, it's string data. Okay, if I try to send string data, then also it is not a, so Leela, say if I try to send this one, this is not a this is also not a valid data, right? So now how we can do the validation for this one? So when we are trying to send the data, how we can do the validation for this type of data? Okay, let's try to see in this video. Now here we have already seen that it's the better. It is better if you write this emits thing in the top only. Why? Because it is a better functionality for that one. Who other guys or any other developers, if you see the component, they'll be able to see that okay, this one is having some emitting custom events. They are having these list of events they will be having. They'll be able to know. Okay, in that place only we can write the validations. So for example, here instead of mentioning it as an array, we can also mention this one as an object. Okay, now here I can write title hyphen changed like this. Now this takes a function. Okay, this one contains a post, and here I can check that if post.id, so this one will return a value. The whatever the data you are sending, trying to send here, the data will be sent to here. Okay, this is the function. Okay, arrow function you can write ES6 version. If post.id is there, and also post.title is there, and also post.description is there, these three things are there, then only it becomes true, return true. Then means it will emit the event. Or otherwise, just you can return the false, and you can return the console also. You can write the console also invalid post data. You can write like this. So now here what it is happening, for this emitting title change, it should contain post.id, post.title and also the post.description. So that means if three of these things keys are existing in that object, then only it will be valid, or otherwise it is not valid. Right now here title change we are passing a string, that means it is not a valid thing. Let's try to check the output here. If I try to check the output here, if I refresh this one, and if I try to click here, we got an error. See, and also here you will be able to see that invalid post data. Okay, so that means we got an error. So that means we have did the validations. The event validation failed for the event title change. Now if I try to send the this.post directly, this.post directly, if I try to send that this.post directly, if I refresh this one, if I try to see change the title is automatically changed. So there is no errors here. We are not able to see any errors. This is the way how we can do the validation. And now you will be getting a doubt that tomorrow, so this is having, this object is post object is having only three options. Sorry, id, title and description. So three options are there. So you have written the condition like this. Tomorrow if it has 20 items, then how can I check that one? So in the TypeScript we can check that instance of something like that. We can have an interface, or you can have a class, and we can check that one. So new post or something like that we can have. So here how can I do? We can do here also same thing. So ES6 we can use the scenario. For example, here if you want to do here, so I have created service folder. You can create a service folder here, and I will write something like post service.js. Okay, so you can write any, create any file, any file, and here I can export a function. So this is all we have discussed in the ES6 courses. Okay, so I can write post, and it will take the id, title. Okay, same thing, I am defining the interface here, description, but in the ES6 way. So this is a function. Okay, now I can extend this dot id is equal to id, this dot title is equal to title. Okay, sorry, title, and this dot description is equal to description. Okay, now this is the post thing. Now what I can do is here I can automatically import from in the happening post, right? I can write script here. I need to write the script. Somehow it is gone. Go now down the script here, right? Yeah, not a problem. And here I can use services and slash post service. So there is no need to mention the .js. Why automatically we can display. And here I can write the post here. Now here before sending this one, I can create something like constant post data is equal to, I can create new post. Okay, new post of, I can send this dot post, sorry, yeah, post dot id, and I can send this dot post dot title, and I can send this dot post dot description. If you want, you can create like this also, and you can send this post data here automatically. And here we can check, instead of checking these all things, if post is instance of, okay, if post is instance of post, I can check directly like this. If the post, whatever the post we are having is an instance of post, the post, then return true, or otherwise return false. So here I am sending the post data. Now if I try to check the output here, okay, now if I click here, it is automatically changed. Now what I will try to do is, instead of sending this post data, I will send this dot post. Okay, now I will try to check this one. This is not, this is a plain object only, this is not a instance of that function. Now if I try to check the output here, see, post data is assigned a value but never used. Okay, this is another thing. We can keep a comment of this one. Okay, now if I try and if I click here, we got an error, see, invalid post data. Why? Because it is not an instance of the post. Okay, so that is the reason we got an error. So we can create like this also, same as the TypeScript thing, how we have declared interface post data like that. And here also you can use the ES6, but we need to use something like function or something like that. Okay, it's not an issue. So this is how also you can send the data. Okay, now I can create something like control ku, and I can send post data here, and now this is an instance, so the validation will become true, and here I can automatically check the data. Okay, and also will be changed automatically. So second one is not changing. Why second one is not changing? Check the let's check it again. Here if I click here, oh, if I am changing the second one, first one is changing. Let's try to see the output. App.view, if we try to check here down on title change index, oh, here we have written something like double equal to init rate. So we are assigning, instead of checking, triple equal to init rate. Okay, double equal to triple equal to. Triple equal to means it will check with the case sensitive, sorry, data type. Now here I can write, okay, it is changed, okay, it is changed. So now first and second both are changed. This is how we will be doing the custom validation for the custom events. Okay, validation for the custom events. So here we can have checked the validate emitted events. So here we can write the validations. Okay, so this is how we will be writing the validations for the custom events. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.